In the world of football, there are players, and then there are artists. Those who don't just play the game, but paint their masterpiece on the canvas of the pitch. Today, we're about to embark on a journey to decode the brilliance of a maestro, a magician of the modern game, Frenkie de Jong. From the iconic Ajax Youth Academy to gracing the hallowed Camp Nou, Frenkie de Jong has left a trail of brilliance wherever he's gone. But what sets him apart from the rest? Well, today, we're here to analyze de Jong's every touch in his game against Osasuna. Here's how Barcelona will line up against Osasuna. De Jong will be playing right of the three midfield. Let's begin as de Jong takes his first touch on the ball in the game. As you see de Jong dribbling on the ball, you can see how this opponent is going to catch up with him. If de Jong keeps dribbling forward, he is going to be tackled by either the opponent marking him or this defender. Since he also has no clear passing option, de Jong cuts the ball back against the defender's momentum and now has the time and space on the ball to pick up his head and play the ball out wide to his winger who is in acres of space. Here as de Jong receives the ball, he has checked his shoulders to ensure he has time on the ball. He is able to take a touch in this direction into the space. Now the second de Jong takes his touch, this teammate makes a run to the back post, and so de Jong plays a perfectly weighted ball over the top of the defender. Now as the ball squanders across the box, de Jong takes a shot first time. Taking a shot on his first touch is vital, as if he takes an extra touch, he will be quickly closed down by either of these defenders, and also will give the keeper more time to react to the shot. In this scenario, you can see de Jong in plenty of space. Hence he takes his touch forward and dribbles into the space ahead of him. Now you can see this teammate making a run forward. De Jong must play the ball in front of him, to his back foot, to allow the teammate to turn and take a shot on goal. In this play, you can see how this fullback is tucked inside, leaving the space outside on the wings. The Barcelona striker recognizes the space, and since the opposing fullback is almost ball watching, de Jong is able to play the ball over the top to the overlapping striker in space. In this play, you can see how as this Barcelona player makes a run inside, it forces the fullback to tuck inside and mark the player's run. What this also does is leave the Barcelona overlapping player out wide here in space, and allows de Jong to play a dangerous ball over the top. Here as de Jong is played the ball at his feet, you can see this opponent begins to press in on him. De Jong isn't able to take a heavy touch, but must keep the ball close to his feet and take the touch to allow himself to quickly release the ball without getting tackled by the opponent. Now in the little amount of time de Jong has on the ball, you can see this teammate making a run. This teammate first makes a run inside, before running outside into the saps where de Jong attempts to play the ball. If you are enjoying this video so far, please subscribe and turn on bell notifications to enjoy and watch more similar content. Here again is a very similar situation. As de Jong is played the ball, you can see this opponent press in on him. Since the space is in this direction, de Jong must take a light touch into that space as he looks up to release the ball. Now as you can see, the opponents have a high defensive line, so as this teammate runs into the box, de Jong tries to play the ball into the space behind the defense, but the opposition defense do a great job at defending it. In this play, as de Jong is about to receive the ball, you can see how he has time to receive the ball. This opponent is busy marking this teammate to prevent the pass back to him, while this opponent moving in this direction to block off the pass out wide. This striker is too far off to put any proper pressure on the ball. This allows de Jong time to open up. Now de Jong must switch the ball to the other side, so as he opens up you can see the space is here so he can take the touch into this space, before switching the ball out wide to his teammate. In this play, as de Jong is on the ball, you can see this opponent begin to press in on him. If de Jong plays the ball out wide now, it will be blocked off by this opponent by the time de Jong releases the ball. Hence as the opponent's momentum is going in this direction, de Jong must take his touch against his momentum in the other direction. Now, you can see de Jong in plenty of space and time in the ball just because of taking an extra touch. Now as you can see, the opponent defense is set, and there is no clear passing option, so de Jong plays the ball back to try move the ball around and look for an opportunity to pass the ball through. In this scenario, you can see how high the defensive line is, almost at the halfway line. This means that there is acres of space in behind the defense. You can see this teammate making a run behind into the space, so de Jong plays the ball in over the top but doesn't get enough height on the pass. As De Jong receives the ball here, you can see his time on the ball. As he looks into the box, he notices 3 players all in around the back post. He hence plays the ball into the back post, in between the 6-yard box and the defensive line, as this is the most dangerous area to play the ball as the keeper can't come out to catch the ball. Unfortunately, his teammates aren't on the same page as him. Here you can see De Jong dribbling up with the ball. You can see how the opposition are in great shape, which makes it very difficult to make a pass. Since De Jong has so much space, he can now take his touch forward into and drive into the space ahead of him. Now, as De Jong dribbles up with the ball, you can see how the opposition is forced to come out of position and close down De Jong. This leaves De Jong's teammates in space. So once the opponents have come as close as possible to him, De Jong releases the ball to his teammate, who is now in space with the ball. In this play, you can see De Jong in space, and is looking for the final ball into either one of the 2 runners into the box. Now this opponent closes down this passing lane to this player, so De Jong is forced to play the ball to this player. Ideally, De Jong would play the ball in front of this teammate perfectly weighted to allow the teammate to take a shot first time, but unfortunately doesn't hit the easiest pass to control. Now as De Jong receives the ball here, you can see how the space is here, and he must take his touch into the space. You can see how tight it is, but since De Jong isn't really being tracked down, he is able to continue dribbling into the box. Now you can see how the opposition defense is ball watching, so De Jong is able to play a 1-2 with this teammate and play a cross back across the box. Now here you can see De Jong in plenty of space to drive forward with the ball. Now since De Jong has momentum, he can easily go around this opponent by just taking a touch around him. Now De Jong attempts to play in the ball to this teammate making the run, but overhits it slightly. Here's some defensive work by De Jong high up the pitch. In this play, yet again you see a very high defensive line, exposing space in behind. As the striker makes a run into the space ahead, De Jong plays a ball in over the top to him to create a possible chance on goal, but is unfortunately defended well. Here De Jong is going to play into the feed off his winger. Now as soon as he plays the ball, he moves out wide to create a passing option to receive the ball back, as his teammate has very little passing options. Now since the opposition defense is set, De Jong plays the ball back to switch the point of attack. Now as De Jong receives the ball here, you can see that is very tightly marked by this opponent. He also is unable to play a pass out first time to either of his teammates, as they are also marked by these 2 opponents. He is hence forced to hold onto the ball under pressure. Now as De Jong has no other options with the ball, he is forced to take his touch back into the space in the opposite direction as he loses the defender. Now as De Jong has space, he can pick up his head and look forward to play a pass to one of his teammates in space. And that brings us to the end of the game. If you did enjoy this video and learn something, make sure to hit that like button and share it with your teammates. Also, don't forget to check out our other videos uploaded here on our channel. If you have anyone in particular you want me to analyze next, let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to see all of our latest uploads. Until then, see you next time.